I will offer a couple of thoughts, kind of factors bearing on the problem. And it's my best shot.
Yeah.
There is a tendency, particularly within government, where the walls are high and you keep the secrets in. There is a tendency in government to underplay discontinuities. There is a tendency in government to think tomorrow is going to look a lot like today. I had the phrase used to me recently by an intelligence veteran, we're not so good looking around corners. Okay? And what you get is the tyranny of expertise. So one very concrete example, you have a poor unfortunate setting fire to himself in a mid-sized Tunisian city. Recall? And the original estimate out of the American intelligence community is that Ben Ali, the dictator of Tunisia, been there, done that, saw the movie, he knows how to deal with this. They'll hit white water for 7-10 days, but in the end, Ben Ali will still be there. Well, not only was Ben Ali gone, there were 1 million people in Tahrir Square in Egypt within 5 or 6 weeks. It was the tyranny of expertise, the projection of continuity that captured this. One way, I'm answering this, Craig, as a government guy, one way the government might be able to reduce that danger is to actually open the doors to the views of the broader American society, who actually has some interesting perspectives on things going on out there. As your Morning Sunday magazine guy had a thought out there, no intelligence, no purloined secrets, right. No espionage, but just because he's not trapped into, I got to get the PDB out by tomorrow, right, is able to look at these alternative scenarios. So I don't have a good answer, but I do have a way to perhaps get us to a better place, and that is a far more permeable membrane between our security services and the wisdom of the broader society.
Yeah. Mr. Clarke?
Well, that's what I call for in the book Warnings, which is available on Amazon.
I have a book there too, but it's not the same title.
The things that we look at in Warnings for the future are the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, gene editing, CRISPR-Cas9, among others. Of those, appropriate for this audience, I think, is both AI and the Internet of Things. If the numbers that Gartner, for example, uses on the Internet of Things are right, we're going from approximately 5 billion devices today on the Internet of Things to approximately 30 billion devices in the next 3 to 4 years. That's an extraordinary revolution. A quiet revolution, one that will occur without your seeing it. But to use the jargon of the cyber world, that vastly increases the attack surface. And most of those devices are being rushed to market without embedded security. And every time that has happened in the past, it's been disastrous. So if I were forced to make a prediction, which I don't like to do any more than you do, I would at least think about things that could result as a consequence of the Internet of Things. And then on AI, there's a whole debate going on about whether or not we need to control, regulate, limit AI. While I'm in favor of some regulation, and I don't run away when someone says the word regulation, I think the idea of regulating AI right now is crazy. And we need to see where that innovation can take us, keeping an eye on it. And maybe the people who worry about AI are right. I doubt it. But keeping an eye on it. But please do not suppress the innovation that can come from AI.
And just take a thought that Richard had here about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. I mean, we're just going to get more of this, right?
Yeah, right.
So the broad assumption, I think, and go back, run the clock back 10 or 15 years, as you get more and more immediate, intimate communications between and among human beings, all right? I think there is a natural instinct that would lead broadly, over time, in the direction of greater understanding, because we get to know each other better. It is led in the opposite direction. It has driven most of our species back to tribe, back to family, back to faith. and away from a convergence in terms of a common human identity. That was unexpected. And I guess one of the questions I would ask is, do we continue down that path, all right, which is kind of nativist, nationalist, populist? Do we continue down that path? Or is that just the byproduct of first-generation drivers in the new domain? And as we become more experienced drivers, does what we had expected in the beginning become more and more prominent? I don't know. But right now, this thing that connects us magically, technologically, seems to be most useful as a tool for those who would divide us. And is that a permanent condition or not?